Keep watching.
Move on to Lordson TV.
Keep watching. Don't change it. Keep watching. Don't change it. Keep watching. Don't change it.
And one Lordson TV.
Ebusia me ma obi biara akwa abade ba Lordson TV so. Ebusia ba channel yi so na wa share na wa subscribe e de amaye. Na say ye social media ni so a ensem bi ama ne homene so a enye asem ketwa kra ni nyina ene say ebusia mpanimfo na aka won asem bi ato ho say yetu wofo na say wantia ukọ anti ade na sebi mprediasa wo hene so yetu ni fo awon fa no na sebi mprediasa ne ntoma ete sebie wo bedwom ni nyina ene say and the 1st to 3rd December na issue bi arise e wo social media no eso ni nyina ene say sister panyini Nana Ejewa Valentina ni dia Ghana ha say dia wo ba obia ebehunu ene Afia Schwarenegger. Afia Schwarenegger ekwatena United Showbiz dwumadie so na wone Nana ama Meg Brown Kwame A+ Mr Logic ni wona ekeka ho etena so no de nsem bi ekwoto udwa se chairman wontumi ene nakọ empemu a papa no sebi se wone ne da kra ni oma ene nsem bi okeka no na eye asem kese pa ensem we na yes sister panyini Afia Schwarenegger de ebetu edwa ebetu abontene so na asem we ebetu abontene de eye chairman wontimi ankasa ne personal lawyer Maurice Ampaw ant na asem ne so na wode asem no ekopie mu ewo court me kire se wosiwu eye United Showbiz panelists for any host including Afia Schwarenegger emomu kopie mu ewo court na no kwasem ne so mkopie mu ewo court na kire se omu nyina aba bedi for sansa na asem no ewo court ayese asem so ewo hoi ewo court ayen ka ho asem nti omu ka ho asem na chese omu aba bedi efo enu nti court share se eye Nana Mama Brown Mr Logic Kwame A+ ena Afia UTV manager Father Dixon edisika twitwiri de etu wontiri so omutu 65,000 Ghana cedis awo basika dada ni mu a enye sika keto akra keka kosesa no de 50 million ewo Ghana sika yi emu ema ye sister Nana Mama Brown Kwame A+ ni Mr Logic ni wona eka ho de otu ya sika no na nipa ba ko a asemi na woka ho ayante ti ede sika yi bi ato ni tiri so ene Afia Schwarenegger na ni nyina ene se Afia Schwarenegger de yesi wono odo na asem no efa ne ho no so eye bold ko kirechire wunti court hye ne senka wonkodam enafua edu na wonfanya adwumaden emboa oman Ghana na sa judgment we ebeto abonten na chese yehwehwe Afia Schwarenegger wo baabi a ye huno ema na odi tonado ebepie mu okumase se wo hu Afia Schwarenegger se wo okumase a wo yisika ni nyina echi ye hu ye sister Afia Schwarenegger wo Ghana ha na nche ene oyi ni ti epie mu o kire se oyare na chese okopie mu court na de srede a wo de koto court anim ene se oyare nti wo sre court ema ne ho enton no kwasem court nso agitu hu se kwai na hotowa waba abetie umuaye na enu achi no na yebehu wo social media so se wode aba abeto ho se ni nua ewu na chese akoye nsem pi ayedwene ho aye ntiase afa de no kra ene se afa court ekwotena asem yusu enanu ya ensem a court edi aba abeto jane se Afia Schwarenegger aba bepacho se 10 days je pa won konkodi ewo aban kokumni de wontimi enti wosre no wonye ni sika emfa ema no kwasem court nso eyeye nenu ena enrada eye lawyer Maurice Ampaw etna se ewo wontimi TV so emrane ni abrabom nsem dwumadie so ena odi ensem bi baako mienu bi atodwa efa sa judgment a judge for apase ede ababonte abusua yenkohwe video ni entiemu nsem ye ba ye betwaso
Afia Schwarenegger was a contempt case. The applicant is Chairman WONTUMIS, and the lawyer is lawyer Maurice Ampaw, and 5 lawyers involving UTV, Father Dixon, A+, Mr. Logic, Nana Mama Brown. Cases and running for 4 months with all our legal arguments and submissions. At the end of the day, on the 1st day of December, the trial judge, Justice Emmanuel Kama, emanated ruling. And the ruling was simple. The ruling granted my application. So I've made a solid case by 1, presenting the facts of the case, supporting it with affidavit evidence video, documentary evidence. It took money to run these videos on pen drive. It took money to apply to the Ghana School of Languages to interpret these messages in Chi to English. It took money for WONTUMIS to engage the service of me to go to court for 4 months. Out of all pocket expenses were paid by Chairman WONTUMIS. Why am I doing that? Why did I decide to do it? I was trying to protect the integrity of the judiciary. I was trying to protect the image of the judiciary. I was trying to send a signal out there, say, when cases are in court, when judges sit on cases, they have judicial power. They are independent. So nobody dare interfere. Nobody have to disrespect the court. Nobody have to prejudice the matter before the court. And that was the message I sent out there. And I won the case. Me din kunim against 5 lawyers. If I was a lawyer, I can for Alex Muko for 2 lawyers. A plus for a lawyer. Nana Mama Brown for a lawyer. Another day, the court said that they are all guilty of contempt. Father Dixon was convicted, but pardoned, because he rendered an apology before he started case. No. A plus and render apology. So in the judgment, the court can say, oh yeah, na arrogant posture. Therefore, or sentencing 65 by finding 65,000 Ghana cedis. You know, be small money. 650 million cedis. Now McBrown was also sentenced because on the host one moderating program he was also fined. All this money I have finally is almost getting to about 3 billion cedis. No, none of the money came to Chairman WONTUMIS or lawyer Ampaw. So my application before the court enriched the states almost with 3 billion cedis. Then above first in the judgment, the judge can say the reason why I'm finding a first Azega like Nana Brown, A plus, Mr. Logic, any Father Dixon say 1, a first Azega a party to the suit. So you should have known better. Number 2, only one first assembly niaba. Number 3, when you Brazil, the arrogant postentino, only 10 days in prison. The court did not give A plus Father Dixon, Nana Brown, the opportunity to even beg. Quickly, they have to go and pay 650,000 cedis, or in default, they go to prison for 2 months. Omo signed a bond of good behavior for say omo behave well. They will behave well. Bond of good behavior. They should behave well for 2 years. Momu koye bibia ebe chire subamboni wa Ghana. Omo failure omo ko prison for 2 months. So A plus for Dixon. Mr. Logic and Manasseh Brown, Omunia signing bond of good behavior. Thank God, since they signed that bond, Father Dixon is behaving well, A plus is behaving well, Nana Brown is behaving well, Logic is behaving well. They respected the decision of the court. I quite remember Nana Brown, he went to say that I've learned my lessons. A plus, control something on social media. No, he has been dragged to court for another contempt, which is pending. And that one, I don't want to comment on it. But now, Afia was absent in court. Afia was absent in court. In Tinanka, after 1st December, if I were to in court, I can 10 days no, what no coye. Ghanaians, you were here when Afia was in Ghana, but pretending that he was not in Ghana, or called self-hiding, then decided to come to court with the excuse say oyare. Lawyer filed application by court. Oyare no no. Once the application is pending, no, we all saw a fraud behavior. You see, at times this Ghana we have a problem. Immediately after the court, a fraud started misbehaving on social media. In fact, OPN the 9th year chess on oyare no no jaye. No ba be ye the day on social media. Obi aso oyare no. Everybody who afia kakere be for say because to do me ya. Ofi because to do after that everybody wu. And as I say, kept on, and kept on. The application before the court, no, some of us exposed me oppose you strongly. And because the opposition was in court, I didn't want to run commentary. I wanted to wait before the judgment. And today I'll teach Ghanaians what to do with judgment of the court. We have to learn. When a case is in court, you can't want them. But you do assembly rare, you can't want them. You do assembly rare, oh, but can't want them. Men did judge do on my case not on what you're doing. Men be supano, men be rerano. But the judgment is subject to criticism. The entire judge, no my judgment, no. Ghana fu nia betuma hwe judgment no. Na weni nje wo ho a wo betuma kire wadwen. But o kire wadwen a ye didi judge that time. Ye mbo judge no kro no. Judge na kire na dwen. Case ni be wi ya. Enti na o watch ya after the Supreme Court decision during 2012 election petition. Ghana fu ni obi aka wansem lawyers ni obi aka wansem after court judgment. The judgment become a public document. Somebody back you can discuss it. You can look at the reasons and then the pros and cons and the lessons. Yago court. Emma judge, and the judgment number. Producer. But for judgment to because they are public documents. I want all Ghanaians to know the judgment of the court that was delivered by Justice Emmanuel Ankama. Or they say, hey, it was delivered to Amankama in the first application for variation of the sentence. And let's find out the idea they can here. And let's begin to do a critique. And Ghanaians have the right to criticize or do a critique of the judgment. And we see the way forward. So please, judgment now ready. I want you to put it on for Ghanaians to know because a public document. Obi biara ope copy kotema High Court. Na yema copy of the judgment of the court because a public document. Producer, say you ready. I been trying one bar. Na odi judgment na atwo. Okay, judgment na are you ready? Judgment na are you ready? And I think say ubetwa bodu kakana kana phone you also I want Ghanaians to also read the judgment. Justice Emmanuel Ankama Edebaye. We must all learn. And maybe suadie. Judgment na ba. We want to learn. Now, that's the judgment. In the Superior Court of Judicature, in the High Court of Justice, held in Tema on Tuesday, the 31st day of January 2023, before His Lordship, Justice Emmanuel Ankama, who is now a Court of Appeal judge, sitting as additional High Court judge, suit number E2/001/0/2023, the Republic versus Valentina Nana Ejewa, a Schwarenegger respondent. And now let's look at the ruling. This is the ruling of the court. On the first day of December 2020, the applicant herein was convicted in absentia of contempt of court and sentenced to 10 days imprisonment and to execute a bond to be of good behavior for 2 years, or in default 2 months in hard labor with no option of a fine. Dissatisfied with the sentence, she applied to this court for variation of the court sentence under Order 50, Rule 41 and Order 50, Rule 5051 of CI 47. Now, contempt of court, as I have said in my ruling on the first day of December 2021, is against the court and not against any individual. The applicant, whilst the application was pending, rendered an unqualified apology to this court. I believe the applicant has learned a bitter lesson over this period of time that it does not pay to make mockery of the judicial proceedings. Now, paragraph 1, this is the critical. Everybody, I believe, deserves a second chance. Everybody, I believe, deserves a second chance. I will therefore exercise the power vested in me under Order 50, Rule 51 of CI to substitute a fine of 5,000 penalty units for the 10 days imprisonment. She is to execute a bond to be of good behavior for 36 months in default, 3 months in prison with no option of a fine. She is ordered not to say, discuss, or grant any interview in respect of this case in any platform during the pendency of the bond she is about to be executed. Signed, Justice Ankama, Justice of Court of Appeal, sitting as Additional High Court Judge. Now, me famula chimu na Ghana fu bibrinti. Judge ruling you see. Okay, very well say on the first day of December, or sentencing a first nigger to prison for 10 days. Bruh, if we knew. Now, if first 10 days, no, if what be show good behavior, obedi super party. Now, when this super party for 2 years, or be called prison for another 2 years, and the young fine no. Or see if I you know, if I ever apply say court and sisa the sentence no from 10 days no to a fine. Now judge no can say or did say obi biara no or deserve a second chance obi biara boni it be the boni ne chelo. Enti no nakasa to bia rules of court emano under Order 51 of CI 45 no was a such impeachment no at the back fine. If you go to your 60,000 Ghana cedis, if you so unsigned bond so obey good behavior for 36 months, which means for 3 years. Because every month there 12 months. Now, when to me and yes, obey prison for 3 months with no option of a fine. And this was the decision of the court. The ordinary Ghanaian, you have to now critically examine the judgment. As a lawyer, I'll finish with that contempt case. Because I am the lawyer in the matter, no. The discretion falls on the judge. Judge, you know, on our sentence will be. No, see, Nipa no deserve a second chance. And Tiono, we did not do me so, I'm on the second chance. So Nipa no cop to your fine instead of prison. If you Nipa no so signed bond, say 3 years, only some money was Ghana. Now, the question that I want to ask in this judgment is say, if everybody deserves a second chance, then all the criminals in Ghana should also deserve a second chance. In fact, court. Let's bring them and give them a second chance.
Abusia video no na yakwa akohwe ede aba no. We lawyer Maurice Ampaw ono ni church mu a wode aba. Obi bese ka akumo hwe yeje no kwaku enum. Ono wo lawyer panini e wo Ghana ha senti ono aba abonten abekasa na kyese rekame ayese ne bo enjo so nanso judge for atenase apase judgment. Na lawyer Maurice Ampaw ekasa no obisa asem bi se yema obia second chance so obi edi bone na se yebema ne second chance dia eni asabi mpreduasa wona ya jeli omu asabi ogu ne de afie sese mre eni yemu omu yenkwaji omu ne yemu omu nyina so second chance nanso we eya asembisa lawyer Maurice Ampaw ede ababontin na wa wonso ohwe video yi me bisa wo se sega na yekoso eto aso se ya Ghana no ebekosen oman no ekwa nim adase ekwa yachi na yechese erekame ayesen sembi ankofo bi eka se emra no echibi na enchibi no eye no kure anase enye no kure. Comment section ho eye wodi afahye ho na dwumadie no enkoboko o wi like na efa ma ye sanse dwumadie ayedi no na ye hu se ye wani eje ho na ye nso yentimi enya ahoden na abrebia yentimi emfa emesomwo obakro abna asante me na meje emre edi dwumadie yi ebesomwo nyak Schwar ya ne Lordson Foundation eboa so ya sene me edi dwumadie yi ebesomwo.
Keep watching.
Mofanto Lordson TV.
Keep watching. Don't change it. Keep watching. Don't change it. Keep watching. Don't change it.
And one Lordson TV.